I gotta say one thing about this one is that when Bell walked in, start of the episode, and everybody was sitting there, like I don't know what it is, but I really loved it just because everybody was just shown here sitting there waiting for Bell, and they're just there sitting until Bell walks in. Like it literally feels like a hero walking in, and I actually like that a lot. I don't know why, but it was something that I really liked because, to be honest, when I was reading the light novel, I wasn't that excited when this scene popped up in my head, and I wasn't that excited on this scene. But the anime, I think so, did it pretty well. I don't know why, but other things I want to talk about is obviously going to be the fight between Bell and Mr. Hotshot here, who was trying to be real fancy about things. The short was pretty. The short was okay. The fight was pretty short, and I felt like it went really short. I felt like they should have dragged out the fight a little bit because it felt, compared to what I was reading in light novel, it felt a little shorter. I don't know if anybody else felt that, but I felt like this fight was pretty short compared to what I read in the light novel. It felt kind of rushed, if I had to be honest here. That's just one thing. Second thing, all the settings and stuff, everything was done fine. I was fine with everything, with Mikoto trapping everyone in the gravity room, our elf chick Ryu just going in there and just destroying everyone. Uh, what was her name? I forgot. Lily, like being very disguised in this whole situation and moving away the enemy's attention. Well, fighting down there, even he was there. Oh yeah, Welf's fight was cut out too. It was pretty short, and there wasn't anything shown for Welf. There wasn't anything shown. Oh, Lily helped out a lot more than that, but there wasn't anything showed for Ryu much. But I don't think so. I think so. The elf chick is fine. I felt like that was the most she did, and she was pretty OP. She was fighting everybody, pretty much the whole. She wiped out almost everyone from Apollo family, if I had to put correctly. Every single person, almost every single person, she was the reason that they even were able to infiltrate Apollo family. Like the whole fortress, she basically, like, imagine there's about 500 soldiers, okay. Basically she obliterated almost like 400, 450 soldiers, like something around that point, while the others were just taking down like minor soldiers. She was like taking down a lot of soldiers. Like she did a lot more than she that you expect. So yeah, she is pretty OP, by the way, if you guys are thinking. And those magic swords, yes, those are OP too. uh that, and then the next thing I want to talk about is Wel's fight was very shortcut. Like it did not feel like I saw Welf do anything, because in the manga it actually felt like, okay, Welf is doing something, but here it just felt like it's a short fight. There isn't anything here special happening. Same goes with the Bell thing. Like in the light novel, not the manga. In the light novel, it feels more like Bell takes on this fight, drags out the fight a lot. It felt like that, and a lot of stuff was like, it was like a close fight between Bell and this guy, and this guy was like, oh, Bell's speed is like increased and everything. Why is Bell's speed increasing and everything? And they didn't even explain that why his speed was increasing, because they explained this in the light novel, where yes, he becomes a level 3. That's one of the things, but that's later on. Spoiler, I already spoiled you guys, okay, but that's not the point. He basically, being a level 2 that he uses his level 2 abilities mixed up with the level 1 SS rank abilities and everything. So basically he just increases his level 1 ability to basically fight with a level 2 ability. It's confusing, I know, but basically that's what happens. So that's why I was kind of surprised they did not explain why Bell was even possibly able to fight that fight, because it felt like, oh, Bell just all of a sudden had a power boost because Ainz. It just felt like that. But Nah, it was more in depth with the explanation in the light novel than what the anime showed. That's why I felt like this fight was very rushed. For the first half felt alright. It felt like okay, they're doing fine, and all of a sudden we go to second half and just feels like a lot of stuff was rushed in the second half. It just felt like they were trying to finish off this arc as quickly as possible to get to the next arc, which is an amazing arc by the way. War game arc. I have to say that I was expecting more from War game arc, because it felt very short-lived, if I had to put it correctly, and didn't feel like the light novel vibe was there for me. So that's just honestly that's just my opinion though. A lot of stuff was adapted good, but a lot of stuff also wasn't adapted, and that's what disappointed me because there was a lot of stuff that actually said about certain characters, developed certain characters, and this was the problem with season one too, because a lot of stuff developed certain characters, and just in season one, they rushed a lot of stuff in the start, and then in the come to the second half of the series, that's when they kind of slow down things, and finally they take on to develop some of certain characters. As for this one, yes, this arc also does something similar that they did with the start of the previous arc. Uh, Basically, it does a lot of development for certain characters, but they miss out on a lot of characters. That's just what I felt over here. As for the next arc, it's an amazing one. Another amazing arc coming out. Again, I'm kind of disappointed that it's one of my favorite arcs, the war game arc. Most probably my favorite. I just had to put it like that. But I don't know, like the anime adaptation really didn't get me on with this. It did give me hype at points, but the arc in general wasn't something that I enjoyed just in general. Now, all that aside, let's talk about what's coming up next. Hestia's got a new house, yada yada yada. Apollo has gone away, yada yada yada. Next arc is coming, and it's gonna be amazing arc because it's it's kind of an edgy arc, if I had to put it correctly. At the same time, it's not, considering this is kind of a. I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of censorship, if I had to put it correctly, because I don't feel like they're gonna show us the things that happen in the next arc, because there is a lot of shit that happens in the next arc that needs to be censored. So I feel like a censorship is coming up, and a lot of shit is gonna be censored. A hell lot of shit is gonna be censored, and I know that, considering the next arc is based at around the red light district and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be something. Anyways, let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know what you think about the whole arc. And let me know, as an anime only, did you enjoy this episode? And like novel readers, let me know, what do you think about this episode, this certain episode? And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.